My brother's wedding is coming up, I'm the best man. But a last-minute rule about kids changed everything, and now, my wife won't be attending. My brother, let's call him Nathan, is getting married early next year to someone he's been dating for a long time. My wife and I both have no issues with either of them, and we were both looking forward to attending the wedding, until he told us recently that children would not be allowed to attend the wedding. We have a 1-year-old son, who is the only child who is blood related to either the bride or groom in the wedding. Nobody else has any children, we both have very small immediate families. We also live a good distance from any family, both of our parents live multiple hours away and aren't viable options for sitting, through a variety of circumstances and/or attending the wedding themselves. We were obviously very disappointed to find out they wouldn't want kids at the wedding, considering the only blood relative affected was our son, but chose to respect their wishes. Now, we've made the decision to have my wife not attend so that she can watch my son, considering that I am involved in the wedding as the best man. My family is upset about this, saying that we should find alternate accommodations so that my wife can attend the ceremony at least. Are we the assholes here? We didn't make this decision out of spite, we were upset at the decision that they didn't want the only nephew involved, but we made this decision as necessity because we have nobody else to watch him. We also don't feel that we should hire somebody who we don't fully trust or know, just so that she can attend a wedding for people who didn't want our son there in the first place. Edit: I forgot a few key pieces of information. The wedding is roughly an hour away from me, so it's not super close. My brother wants the groom's party to stay overnight, which makes it more difficult, which means we would need overnight accommodations. There is a hotel nearby for my wife and son to stay in, but I can't justify paying for a room for them to just sit there and do nothing all night. This is our first and only child, so we're probably overprotective and paranoid, but we don't want to just hire anybody to come and watch him, especially when we're gone for a lengthy period of time, over an hour away. Am I wrong here? Share your words below. Comment 1. NTA, you're NTA here, and neither is your sibling and his wife-to-be. Your wife and son not attending is a consequence of the decision of having a child-free wedding. You can't be faulted for that. At the same time, it's the couple's prerogative to get married however they want. Who are the R's here are the people who judge you for it or judge the bridal party. Comment 2. NTA. They made a choice to have no kids knowing you have a child and neither of your families around. You did your part by respecting their choice. They don't get to tell you how to handle the consequences of their choice. At this point I'd be having some real honest conversations until they pull their heads out of their nether regions. Comment 3. NTA. Your family excluding the one child/nephew of the family is so hurtful, but you choose to respect their wishes and came up with a plan that best fits your family. Not a single one of my family and close friends have ever done this at their weddings. Their immediate family members are the only children allowed. Short story 2, me, 23F, and my husband, 27M, have been married for 2 years, no kids. We both work at a high-stress luxury hotel/restaurant, but in different departments. He smokes weed daily, and I don't. I vape, and he's recently said he's trying to quit nicotine, but continues to smoke weed multiple times a day. Lately, he's been on a strict health journey after getting genetic results warning of potential type 2 diabetes and kidney issues. He cut out sugar, carbs, salt, dyes, basically everything he used to enjoy. I've made it clear I'm not ready to quit vaping yet, and that's a personal choice I stand by. Although he claims to be quitting, he still asks to hit my vape. Something I've generally been okay with. However, I've set a boundary, don't ask for it at work. I've explained multiple times that I'm busy and don't want to stop what I'm doing to dig in my pockets or track him down later to get it back. I pay for my vapes, and while we're married, I believe my personal belongings and boundaries still matter. Today at work, he came up and asked if he could take my vape to the bathroom. I calmly told him, no, but you can hit it here, he insisted, again with annoyance in his tone. I repeated myself, firmer this time, no, you can hit it here, I don't want you walking off with it. A third time, more demanding now, and I said, slightly irritated, "Honey," I said no. He immediately snapped, "You're fucking embarrassing," and stormed off in front of co-workers. I was humiliated. Later, when I got in the car after clocking out, he was waiting for me and went off accusing me of disrespecting him in public, talking down to him, and being selfish for setting a boundary around my vape. I told him again, I didn't disrespect him, I just said no and I deserve to have my boundaries respected. He said my boundary didn't count because we're married, and I was being stingy with my own husband. He blamed me for his nicotine addiction, despite being older than me and choosing to vape on his own, then said he hates me, I'll age ugly, and he's done with me until I quit, but yet refuses to quit the weed. He hasn't spoken to me since and is avoiding me in our home. I am just confused now. Comment 1. NTA, if he needs it that much, he can get his own. Instead, he doesn't want to have the responsibility for it and then storms off like a child throwing a tantrum whenever others cannot immediately cater to his impulses. The only person who embarrassed him was himself. Comment 2. NTA. The truly ducking embarrassing thing here is the way he reacted to being told no. He is done with you until you quit. You aren't the one who blew up at their spouse for not getting their nicotine fix when they wanted it. He reacted poorly in the moment, doubled down when alone in the car with you, and continued to act like a child in your home after all was said and done. He needs a reality check, and if I were you, I wouldn't be able to move forward until I got a genuine apology from him. You didn't deserve to be treated like that, emo, and I hope he doesn't behave like this in other areas of your life, though I'm not hopeful about that. Stay safe. Comment 3. NTA, but he is one for how he threw a tantrum. Sounds more like a 2-year-old instead of a 27-year-old. Being a former smoker, 3 packs a day, it took several tries and different methods before I was able to quit cold turkey. Story 3, this is wild story. My girlfriend works 12-hour overnight shifts, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. After work, she sometimes comes to my place to shower and sleep. She usually arrives around 8:15 a.m., takes a quick shower by 8:30, then crashes for the day. Here's where the issue comes in. My mom's long-term friend, who rents the basement, complained that the sound of the shower at 8:30 a.m. woke him up. My mom passed that complaint along to me and asked if my girlfriend could avoid showering until everyone is awake. I told my girlfriend, and she felt uncomfortable continuing to come over, understandably, in my opinion. After working all night, the last thing she wants is to feel like she's disturbing people just by taking a basic shower before bed. So she decided not to come over in the mornings anymore. She didn't cause drama or make a scene, just quietly adjusted. I later told my mom what my girlfriend decided, and she got upset not because of the shower, but because my girlfriend chose to stop coming over in the mornings. My mom insists that wasn't her intention, but from our perspective, asking someone not to shower after a night shift pretty clearly sends the message that their presence is disruptive. For context, I also pay rent in this house. My mom's friend has lived here for years and pays rent too. We all share the space. It's not like my girlfriend was being loud or unreasonable just taking a 5 to 10 minute shower in the morning, which seems pretty standard. Now my mom's upset with me, but I feel like I handled it fairly. I passed the message along, my girlfriend made a calm and mature decision, and now somehow I'm caught in the middle. Comment 1. 8:30 a.m. is a completely appropriate time to be taking a shower. Also, how loud are the showers? A tenant, even in the basement, should not be dictating when people can take a shower when it's completely reasonable of an hour. Comment 2. Your mum's friend is absurd. I've lived in dorms for 6 years, and if everyone had a problem with the noise of the shower, we would have all been upset all the time. If the sound of showering is enough to disturb this person, that is their problem, not yours. Comment 3. ESH, accept your GF. Your mom should have told the other tenant that 8:30 is a reasonable hour in the morning for showers, and shared accommodations means you hear other people's normal human behavior. You in turn did not need to pass that to your GF. You should have said 8:30 is a reasonable time to shower. I don't think she should have to wait to shower until some undetermined time mid-morning after a 12-hour shift. Story 4. Have a great day. My partner and I are planning to buy a home in the next year or so. My family owns a house that I could buy significantly below market value, approx 100k less, with solar panels, new heating systems, and no urgent renovation needs. It's spacious, has a garden, and would require minimal monthly expenses compared to most other options. She, however, is emotionally opposed to the idea, not because of the house itself, but because it belongs to my family. We all have very good and healthy relationships. She says it wouldn't feel like her home, that she'd feel like she's living in someone else's life, and that even a full renovation wouldn't solve that. She wants to start from zero, ideally buying an apartment, likely smaller, more expensive over time, no garden, older infrastructure, with no history tied to either of us. I've tried offering compromise, full freedom to renovate, symbolic detachment from my family, they'd have no say in anything, etc. Still, she says it would feel like giving up her sense of independence. She'd rather rent or spend more on a less optimal place just to have something that feels ours from day one. I understand emotional attachment matters, but it feels like I'm being asked to ignore a rare and stable opportunity because of a symbolic rejection of anything tied to my past. I'm not trying to force her, just hoping she'd meet me halfway. But all signs point to this being a deal breaker for her. Has anyone dealt with something similar? Is this an irreconcilable values difference, or is there a way to make this work? Edit. Wow, thanks everyone for chiming in, lots to think about. I understand I left some important details too. We're not married, but we're headed that way, but not yet proposed. We've been together for 8 years, no other issues in the relationship, she's the person I'll be spending my life with. Edit number 2, I understand I left out important information, of course it wasn't intentional. I also understood I'm the one being pushy about it, so I'll take a step back and start seriously considering other options, given also the possible downsides of purchasing a family home. Which story you like the most? Comment 1. The thing is that she doesn't believe that your family won't be involved for whatever reason. That is the issue you must address, and you haven't addressed in a convincing fashion. My assumption would be that your family is very involved, maybe even too involved in your life, and she doesn't want them any more involved. Are you one of those people who lives down the road from your family and spends at least one day a week with them every single week? 'Cause that's what I'm picturing. Comment 2. And even if his family isn't that involved, there are likely unspoken expectations of the family home that mean lots of work for her. Like the family home is where everyone expects to be hosted for Thanksgiving and Christmas because it's always been that way, or extended family gets to store extra stuff in the attic and basement whenever the need for all time. Comment 3. I wouldn't want that either. It will never feel like her home fully and always be the family home. Unless she's on board, this isn't feasible as a couple. Take care, dear people.